Hola. Hello, hello, hello. I think my angle is good. Ah, hey, namaste. Hi, Instagram. And if you'd like to join me over on YouTube, this is like my fourth time streaming. Hello. Say hi as you're joining me so I don't feel like I'm just sitting in a room talking to myself. So say hi. Perhaps say where you're from, how you're doing today. How are we doing today? Hello. Ooh, the first person in. Hi, D Walker, Montana Matson. D, hope things are going well for you and moving forward. Um, Feel free to follow up with me. I'd love to know how things are going. Yeah. Hey, Montana. Hello, hello, hello. So I'm in a mellow mood. Actually, as I'm going to, talk about this chakra, I was tuning into my heart chakra. And that's what we're talking about today. And that's actually, whoops, am I too low, you guys? Hold on. That is one of the hallmarks when you get to anahata chakra is a sense of quiet. Like it literally happened to me. And I'm just like, okay, just feeling really, really calm. And for me, it was just really tuning into the area of the heart chakra. And I was making notes. Like I have my big drawing pad. And I like that, you guys. Like I like making notes on like something big. So anyway, I am a little bit low, but I don't think I'm going to go now and try to, hang on. I've got my yoga block. I have a soft yoga block here. Let me see if this is a little bit better. Okay. Yeah, I think I like that better. So how are you guys doing? What do you think of the heart chakra? Let's get some questions right at the beginning. Hi, Instagram. Welcome. Hi, Tanji. You're over on Instagram today. It's so funny to see you guys on different social media. Any questions about the heart chakra before we start? Anahata. I'm just going to pop this up and then that we can all read it. Let's see. Isabel, how crazy. I've seen your live and I felt drawn to watch it. So awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you're here. Montana says you're feeling better today. I'm glad. Yeah, I don't know what you've been going through. I do want to say this is a very challenging time. It continues to be. 2020 was just no joke. And I have lived through, I'm in my 50s and it's just 2020 and 2021, which went really fast. Let me know. Do you agree? Like, do you think 2021 went relatively fast? I feel like it did. Because I feel like 2020 was like a hammer dropping or like a bomb dropping. And then 2021, we were like, okay, we're going to get out of this. We're going to keep moving. And now I think there's a weariness. And in some places, things are fine. Instagram, or they're pretty good. Like I say an acquaintance who is in an island. And honestly, I can't even tell you where the island is. We're doing like a project together, and you guys may meet her, and she is on this island. I won't say where the name of the island, but it seems like life is just it's a small island. There's not a lot of people. I think for them, life is just going on normal, slow pace. So, do any of you wish? That you were a sunny island too. It's not like a cold island. It's like a warm, sunny place. And I'm just like, oh, I think I want to be on a warm island. So one of my dreams before we get into the heart chakra, hey, if you're just joining, one of my dreams for 2022 is to travel. And I'm not going to be like moving around a lot. Like it's not to like kind of necessarily nomad as much as to maybe go to one country and explore, if that makes sense. So yeah. Good. So okay, everything looks okay on Instagram. YouTube's looking really good. Yes, Empress Exalted. It's like you blinked and you're like, oh, wait, what? It's December, holidays, all of that. So I felt like that too. I just felt like it went really fast. It almost feels like almost like a throwaway year, if that makes sense. Like, wait, what did I do? What did I do in 2020? And some of you may know, like, do you feel like you know what you did in 2020? Part of it for me, and I am really grateful. I'm grateful for you, those of you who get readings and just even watching the channel, that is really supportive. But I feel like because I work from home, you guys, which like I said is a good thing, it's harder to be like, wait, I didn't take that business trip or my boss did this. I don't have that, you guys. So it's like, what did I do? What did I do in March? So today we're going to talk about anahata, the heart chakra. All right. Do you have any questions just in general about the heart chakra and about energy healing, which is what this is about? Okay. And you guys know I've been going through, I started with the root, like an intro video. It's on my homepage of my channel. And we had, I had a guest. Tonight is just me to talk about the heart chakra. It's just me here. I have a cup of tea. And I think we all need help with our heart right now. So what I would like to do actually is just take a moment, rub your hands together. We're just really going to do a really quick centering into the heart chakra. Okay. All right. Rub, 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 rub. Get your hands warm. Okay. Especially rub the center of your palm. Remember, I mentioned there is a chakra there. Those of you who may be massage therapists, right? There's that energy is flowing from you, from your heart, as I mentioned yesterday, right? The heart and then through to the arms are associated with anahata chakra. So you've warmed up your hands. I'm actually going to blow in my hands because I just went outside, you guys, and it has been like 7 degrees. It was 1 degree last night. 1. What does that even mean? Take both hands, put it over the center of your chest. Take a nice deep breath in with me and exhale. So really go ahead and do this. Don't just watch. I know there'll be random lurkers who will just sit and like stare at me with my eyes closed, like, oh, don't be one of those people. Put both hands over your heart, the heart chakra, right? Center of the chest. And just tune into your own energy. I'm sitting with my feet like wide apart. I want to feel very steady. I'm on kind of a high chair, like a bar chair. So I'm just like, I want to feel balance. The heart chakra is about balance very much. So just take a few deep breaths in and feel that you're bringing energy into your heart area, right? Into this area, center of the chest, the thymus gland. Exhale. We'll just do one more time so that folks don't come in and leave because they'll be like, what is she doing? I want to be entertained. I'm going to leave. Those of you who can stay present with me, do one more time. Nice, deep, conscious breath. And exhale through the mouth. Slow, 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 slow. Good. And just allow a gentle smile to come to the face. Nice, 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 nice. Yeah. Good. So I've got some new comments. Yeah. So anahata, it means unstruck sound. It means sound created without any two objects striking. I know. We'll talk more about that. Okay. It's almost like a koan. A koan, I always mention that, is in the Zen tradition. A koan is like the famous one. I'm sure some of you have heard. Give me a yes if you've heard of this. Is what is the sound of one hand clapping? What is the sound of one hand clapping? And what it's meant to do is kind of push you out of your like thinking, logical, list making, to do mind that we all have, and to kind of push you into like a bigger consciousness. Okay. So anahata, right? Unstruck sound, a sound created without any two things hitting each other. It's not like a drum or you're strumming a guitar. It's unstruck. So I wrote down, it has to do also, the implication is of a cleanness, of a freshness, of a purity as well. And we get more into purity with the throat chakra. The color of anahata, the associated color, is green. And some folks, of course, especially in the West, we think of pink as well. But a beautiful clear green, right? Not muddy colors, okay? Not grayed down colors. So pink or green. And so the quality of the heart chakra is air. Now think about and just look back on, as we've been going through the chakras, goddesses, right? The first one is earth, right? That is the associated element. The sacral chakra, which was our womb space, that had to do with fluids and water. The third chakra, Manipura, which I talked about yesterday, is fire. So you can see it's getting more subtle, right? We're talking about air, like air. Hi, Ellen. I'm going to wave to you just because. Hi, Lou. So with the heart chakra, the quality is air. The element is air, which makes sense in a literal way, right? Because it's the center of the chest, as I said. So it governs this whole area through the upper back and the front of the body, right? So the heart, the lungs, and of course, with the lungs, right? We're breathing, we're taking breath in, right? And you think of inspiration. So it's subtle. And like I said, I feel slowed down, you guys, because I was really tuning into this chakra before. So that's why I'm more mellow than usual. When I meditate on this chakra, the thing that I first noticed even years ago that struck me, no pun intended, was there was a quietness. Like it would just feel like very, very quiet, very, very still. So the heart chakra is very, very important. I want to let you know you can meditate there without any worries because it's not, it doesn't tend to, some of the chakras, you will basically uncover things or things can come up, whether it's past life, whether it's karma, whether it's traumatic things. But the heart chakra is a relatively just a nice space to meditate in. So it governs, has to do with love and compassion. And so, think of people, and we may also have been like this in our lives, people who may be kind of isolated, they don't form deep relationships. So that is an issue with this chakra, right? And we can work on that. We can work on that. I'll talk more about that at the end, so stick around. But it can go the other way. An imbalance, as I mentioned to you, there's this polarity. It could be someone who is overly emotional, overly attached, right? Overly clingy, codependent. So clingy, codependent is one side versus the more like just cold, withdrawn, really doesn't connect with people. And that's, I want to say, because it's not about being an introvert or extrovert. It's more of just not making deep connections with, even if like with people. So I don't want you to think, oh, that's like introversion. That's not, I'm not talking about introverts. Introverts in the house. So yeah. Oh, let me just put up some comments here. Yes, exactly. They can, especially like the root chakra and the sacral chakra, because as I mentioned, like with the sacral, any sort of sexual trauma, birth trauma, which we got into a little bit with Janae, one of my students and now colleague. So yeah, the heart chakra, yes, if you meditate on it, you will, perhaps unearth heartbreak, like the breakup, from 10 years ago or 15 years ago, or depending how old you are, 20 years ago, that was painful, that hurt you, that might have caused you to kind of close down, right? So it can have that aspect. And I want to keep saying that when you work with the chakras, if you're working with them deeply, that's part of the healing. The stuff, the gunk, I'm just going to call it gunk, okay? That's not a metaphysical term. The gunk will come out. But that's good because you're like clearing it out. It's just like cleaning out a garbage can, cleaning anything, when you open it up, it's like, oh man, I should have, you want to put the lid back on, right? But that's not good. You need to clean. And of course, when you're cleaning, when you look around, everything looks messy, right? Think about that. Like when you're working with the chakras. In fact, I'm thinking of actually right now a woman who we were working on the third chakra in my course. And this series is leading up and, highlighting my course, Chakra Soul Alchemy. We were on the third chakra, and she actually, I'm trying to remember if it was during or it had just happened. She really was dealing with feelings of like rage, and like she had gotten angry with like a family member. And she was very upset about it, but she hadn't made the connection. She hadn't made the connection to that chakra. So the chakra didn't make her angry. It was that she was working to clear it, to clean it, to purify it. And she was purifying herself. And so these issues of anger that were there were coming out so she could see them. Okay. So that's how that works. And that was with Manipura chakra, which, as I said, the kind of the negative there is anger, irritation. Yeah. So anyway, but we're at the heart. So we've moved up. We've moved up. Okay. So interesting though, right? Think about it. Like if you're angry at somebody, right? Third chakra, you don't have the next chakra up, you don't have compassion for them. You don't feel compassion for them because you're angry. So like again, it's really like literal, right? You're at a different level. You're at that level of they did me wrong, they're a bad person, they're evil. Like, when people get in, they're just evil. Da, 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 these people are evil. That's also kind of root chakra when it's like a whole group, but instead of coming up to the heart chakra, to that lightness, to that purity, and to the expansiveness of air, we're kind of stuck at that third chakra response. So if you're finding that you are going through a lot of anger, you could try working with the heart chakra. Now, if it's overwhelming anger, like say somebody, did something really terrible to you, it might be hard to do that. And you may just want to kind of stay with the third chakra and meditate there, do practices there to work with it and to like get it out. Like I said, like get the trauma out, get the garbage out, so to speak. So the gland is the thymus gland, which is like right about here, has to do with our immunity, which I find interesting. Like, so the heart, right? So love and compassion, it implies, it doesn't just mean like your boyfriend or your girlfriend. When you get to the heart chakra level, these are people who are humanitarian in their feeling. They care as much about something that is happening, in Tanzania as is happening in Poland, as is happening. They see all of humanity as their brother or their sister. So it's a higher level. It's a higher level. Remember, the root chakra level was where we love our tribe. We love our family. And I always give you this story. I years ago was dating someone who said two different things, but one of the things that was said was, I wouldn't adopt a child. And I was stunned, like, why wouldn't you adopt? And it was like, I don't want to take care of someone else's child. So can you see, I'm just going to let that sit for a bit. They don't see the child as a human being that needs love and is and delicate and innocent and just like needs care. They see it's like, oh, another person produced that child. So that child's not mine. So whatever, right? There wasn't even theoretically the sense of, it's like, no, I don't want to take care of somebody else's kid. So that told me a lot about that person. So this is how you can kind of start to understand the chakras, like in real life. Okay. And that really put me off. That put me off a lot when I heard that. I was like, really? I don't know. So yeah, heart chakra has been a hate and love relationship for me. Okay, that's funny. No puns intended there. Love and hate relationship. Let's see, what else haven't I mentioned? So your heart, your lungs. Again, I'm not a physician. This is like metaphysical understanding. We're talking about like the energy that is the precursor to things. So if you have issues with like asthma, high blood pressure, heart and lung issues. And I think science is even starting to see that. When, for example, think about someone who you're having physical trouble with your heart. Is there also an emotional component? Like that's what I'm saying. It doesn't even have to be super woo-woo, you guys. This is just common sense. Of course, like, yeah, somebody's born with like a birth defect to the lung, of course, like the valve or something. But that's interesting, right? So that's interesting even at birth. But then say it's not something like that. It's just that the person develops heart issues. And you could say, well, it's dietary. Obviously, that plays a role. But what I'm saying is underlying, once that there's an issue with the organs, the emotion and the spiritual aspect is also there. That's all I'm saying. So looking at, is there love in the person's life? Is there long held resentment? Which I feel like we all have. I shouldn't say all. I think, some people don't, but maybe someone who hurt you in the past, whether it was a parent, a family member, a stranger, it may have happened when you were a little child and you don't even remember. So we can hold, almost like, just picture like in the purity of the heart chakra, that we can hold almost like these little dots that would represent resentments that we've held for a long time. So this is why you'd want to work on it, to get that sense of love flowing. And it's a beautiful state to be in. That's why you'd want to work on it. You would feel love. It's not going to make you stupid, right? You're not going to walk up to, like, you're still going to have discernment, but it's a love that for example, I mean, you may still know that somebody is a criminal, bad for you, harmful, but you still are at this level where you see them as an expression of the divine. You see that they're flaws, but you're able to still love them, even if you don't want them in your life, for example. Does that make sense? So like, say you had a toxic relationship, and you break up with the person, you, at the heart chakra level, you would be able to almost understand the pain, the suffering that they've had, while still saying, you know what, I don't really need you in my life, because it just causes pain to me. And so out of self-compassion and self-love, which is also heart chakra, you may cut off relationships with this person. Okay, does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. Yeah, ego, Ellen, thank you. Actually, Ellen, I was supposed to say that. This is, thank you, Ellen. Thank you to my viewers. It's where you start to transcend the ego. It is the energy center where you start to transcend the ego. Okay, so it's big. It's a big one. Like I said yesterday, I believe we're at the level as a society of the third chakra. In most of the world. Obviously, there are differences, different nations, and obviously different people, right? But we're moving into the heart chakra. So all the stuff we're seeing now, I think, is to help us evolve. I really, really believe that. Whether you look at it from a chakra perspective or not, it's that we are trying to evolve. And I feel that as humanity evolves, the icky stuff, again, another non-spiritual term, the icky stuff has to be uncovered. It has to be uncovered. It has to be shown. It comes out because you're trying to bring in goodness and light and better treatment for people and all of that. And so things that fight that will show themselves. Okay. Hope that makes sense. And I'm getting really hot because I have this like light on me. So I'm thinking if I should open my window. You guys, it's like been really cold where I am, but I think I'm gonna let's see. Am I dressed from the bottom down? Yes. I'm gonna go open a window. I'm gonna put up a comment. All right, yep, I got sweatpants on. I am dressed. That's what's nice about Zoom. Let me just open up a window here. And we'll see if, because it has that little banner. So yeah, any questions? And I want to just check and see if so again, excessive is someone who's codependent, issues with codependency, like just clinging beyond like just normal love, where it's just like, it's not even obsessive. Obviously, like I said, it's a range, versus someone who is more isolated, stays by themselves, kind of more lifelong thing. And of course, you have to check. I actually, in saying that, I believe that I believe there are truly different types of people, and they're healthy. Maybe they are, a monk or a nun or have had past lives like that. And I feel that some people can be very balanced, but they are more on, they may stay more to themselves and still be balanced. So that's there as well. And I'm going to talk about how you can work with this chakra in a moment. Like seeing things not as good or as bad. Like seeing things not as good or bad, but perhaps not, yeah, not beneficial for you. I mean, you might still have a judgment of, because you're not like totally enlightened, the heart chakra, I guess. It's just, you might know something's bad for you. Somebody who you love them, but they encourage you to do things that you know are harmful. For example, like let me just say, even maybe someone who has addiction issues, and you love them dearly, but you know that staying with them is harmful to you and isn't helping them necessarily. Okay, so heart, lungs, pericardium, your arms and your hands all connect indirectly to the heart chakra. So in my course, I teach points related to the heart and the pericardium meridians. Um, so I go deeper with that, and as well as giving you meditations. And like I said, I have journal prompts, I have affirmations in the course. We have herbs. My friend Sage, which I think is so cool. Like, she's into herbs. She's not into herbs, like it's her life, and her name is Sage. I think sometimes someone has a name that kind of indicates what they're supposed to do. I actually think that happens a lot. And so she contributed, and I'm very grateful for her doing that. She contributed like 3 herbs for each chakra just to make a simple tea. So I have that in the course as well, because I was like, keep it simple. It's not an herbal course. Because she was giving me so much stuff, you guys. I'm like, Sage, this is just, she was going like into so much detail. And I really want my course, Chakra Soul Alchemy, to be digestible, because I have seen that, like, if someone comes in to my course and say they're deeply depressed, or it can be hard to get through something if it's too much information. Okay. Give me like a high five, because I've taken courses. I'm a course taker, online courses, and sometimes it's so much information that you're like they said, like, what, trying to drink from a fire hose. Does that make sense? Like, you're like, you can't. So we have herbs, we have journaling, we have meditations. I give the mudra for the chakra, as well as these, like I said, these potent points, which is my unique contribution to this. That's like my thing as a massage therapist, trained in this. So yeah, any questions? Hi, Vintage. So is your heart chakra, how's it doing? How is it doing? I'm looking at my vitamin D thinking, did I take my vitamin D? All right. Give me some questions. Let me look up at Instagram. Hi, Instagram, Amelia. Hey, I remember you. Ellen. Oh, Lou. Oh, you are beautiful. Hi, Lou. I hope you're doing well. Hope you know what, that things are going better. And Tanjila says, and I can't put it up here on YouTube. She says, I'm glad I kept a journal. It made it easier to remember. Okay, Tanjila, tell me what you mean. Tell me a little bit more, because I didn't get to read. You're saying you're glad you kept a journal. Do you mean in the course? Because I really do think journaling is a key way. So how would you heal this chakra? You need to like literally face the issues about love and compassion. So anything that brings you into dealing and processing the issues around love, self-love, love of others, and compassion is going to help heal the chakra. So that, like I mentioned, those like little dots, like this idea of you want to like clean it and purify that chakra energy. So working with loving kindness meditation. Actually, I hadn't written that down. I'm just going to, because I love having my big page of notes, and I'm going to give you some yoga poses. But I have videos, you guys, on loving kindness or metta. Let me know, have you done metta? Just write metta if you have. It is a practice where you wish yourself love and compassion, and then it's actually really beautiful practice. I will try to bring a video up to my homepage. I think I have so many videos that obviously they don't all show on the homepage. You basically send love to yourself, and then you start with a like it would be like your grandpa or your grandma. You start with the person you love the most. Typically you don't work with your spouse. You just don't work with like the person who's been the most loving to you. And then you go in steps with this practice that I'm talking about, metta. You go in steps to a friend, Then you go to like someone is neutral, which is actually really powerful. You go to someone who's neutral. So you're basically like building your heart spiritually. So you go from who's easiest to love, to make a long story short, who's easiest to love, and then you go towards who's harder to love, ending with someone who you have had, like you've butted heads with, okay? And you literally practice sending them love. It is called metta meditation. Go to my channel, and of course, other people have it too. There are others on their channel. Maybe I'll make a metta playlist of myself and other people. And it's a beautiful practice. It is a beautiful practice. I believe it's very healing. It's said to be healing spiritually and emotionally. So look that up. METTA, metta, loving kindness practice. Let me see if Tangela, oh, I'm getting some hearts there. Yeah, hold on. Tanji, what were you saying? I haven't. Still releasing a lot. Okay. Tanji, if you feel like you're working with the chakras and you're releasing a lot, I would say add in some physical activity, okay, as to kind of create a balance. If you're meditating a lot still on the chakras and you feel like a lot is coming up, I would actually just stop, just like slow it down. It's like you opened up too much. And so Tanji and anybody else where this may be the case, watching this, whether now or in the future, do get some physical activity. Oh my gosh, Kukua African dance. You'd think that they are like paying me to say this, but if you go to my Instagram, Kukua African dance, they can change your mood. This is better than any drug. I mean, literally, if they tested my blood and my levels pre doing this dance and after, it would be equivalent to taking some sort of drug to change my mood. Check them out. The one woman I think is over 60, and it's her two daughters, and they're actually having a 5-minute dance challenge, just 5 minutes a day. Some great music, some just, some movements, which you may not be able to keep up with. I just highly recommend it. So like Tanji, if you're feeling down and I feel like that's happening for you, and so I really want to help you with that. I would say slow down any practices you're doing. My sense is though it's just been coming up. Do something that brings you joy. So like check out Kukua African dance and also exercise, because that's going to start the endorphins. Okay, so working with the chakras is, and if you take my course, it's not meant to leave you in a state of like a puddle of tears on the ground. I actually think that means that something is incorrect if that happens. Okay, so Tanjila, maybe reach out to me and just we'll see. But those are my recommendations to you. Okay. Ellen, yeah, I'm gonna pin her comment. Hold on. Ellen on Instagram says, I can't keep up with them, so I do what I can. Oh, okay. She's trying. These ladies, it's like I said, she's in her 60s, and I used to, I studied dance. I used to do hardcore yoga, and I cannot do more than 15 minutes. So I'm just warning you. And that's what Ellen is saying. She's like, I can't keep up. Okay. Do the best you can. Do the 5 minutes, Ellen. Yes, Kukua African dance. So any questions about the heart? And I'm going to start talking about the yoga poses. So work on your healing, whether with a therapist, journaling about your hurts, and working with healing it. Meditation. I think I do have some free on my channel for the heart chakra. So find that. Okay. I put out a lot of free content. And then yoga poses. Camel pose. I wish I could show you guys a picture. Camel pose, I'll just describe it. Anything that opens the chest area. So camel is the one where you're on your knees. Did you guys hear that? Like my back just cracked when I really sat up straight. You're on your knees and you reach back and you grab your heels, and it's just, your back is like this, and it really opens the chest area. So camel pose, Ushtrasana. Ushtrasana is the name. Yesterday, I could not remember the Sanskrit name of a pose I wanted. I got embarrassed. But as I said, I have not been speaking Sanskrit lately, so forgive me. Cow face pose. Gomukh asana. Gomukh asana. It's all right. It's you bring your arm up behind your back and you reach your other arm up your back and you link your fingers. So look up cow face pose, Gomukh asana, and camel pose. And those, but anything that really opens the chest. So it could be like bow pose. Bow pose would work on Manipura as well as the heart. Bow pose is where you lay on your tummy, you bend your knees, and you try to grab your ankles. And I say try, I'm being funny because when I first tried to do bow pose many years ago, you're like reaching for your leg and you can't reach your leg because you're like, where's my leg? Where's my leg? So it's kind of a funny one. So anything that opens the heart, opens the chest, loving kindness meditation, as I've mentioned, and pranayama. Pranayama is yogic breathing exercises. Now, I just want to say a little bit about this Wim Hof dude, really interesting man. He's talking about a lot of breathing practices. These breathing practices have been around for centuries. He's popularizing them, but I just want to give credit that a lot of what he's talking about are practices that have been known in spiritual traditions for centuries. Oh, you love them? Yes. Oh my gosh. I mean, these women, like I said, it's like if there were a prescription drug that you just took it and you're like happy. If they're like that, they're more powerful with no side effect that I can see. Okay. Ellen says, yeah, okay. Oh, I pinned Ellen saying I can't keep up with them. I'm going to unpin your comment, Ellen. Any other questions? So work with the heart. Yeah, Tanjila. Oh, you love them. Good, good. Well, Tanjila, seriously, how do you feel after you do a session with them? I made this same comment and someone replied, well, I feel good right then and I feel good after. And it's like, well, that's how it starts. Her point was then she does get down again. And I'm like, maybe you do it twice a day. They have 5 minutes. Do it once in the morning, do it once in the afternoon or in the evening. We can do a lot and maybe, get medication if that's your thing. I'm never going to sit on here and tell you don't speak to your doctor and, get whatever intervention you can. What I am saying is I believe, and I wasn't going to talk about this, but depression would be linked with this chakra. Here's why. There's multiple influences, but the lungs have to do with grief. That is what the emotion that harms the lungs. And so sadness and grief. And it's that breath, right? Look at when somebody's depressed, how do they sit, right? They kind of curve in and their head is usually down and their whole chest is caved in. That you're not going to see somebody depressed walking around looking like, like, hey, what's up? They don't walk around like that. So that the lungs, the heart are really important, and the inspiration, the breath. So pranayama, check out Wim Hof if you want, go to a good yoga class. And like I said, those are the poses. So any questions before? Oh, my Instagram handle, I know it's really, guys, I know like for your brand, you're supposed to have everything the same. And I went Viv Blissed. Hold on. Blissed. Did I do an N? Yeah. And then Blissed and Blessed. I just changed it. I did not want to do Yoga Bliss Dance because that name was when I really thought I was just going to do like a lot of yoga. So now people actually look for me on YouTube with that name. So I don't want to change it on YouTube, but I don't want to be Yoga Bliss Dance on other sites. It's just complicated. So I'm Viv Blissed and Blessed. Okay, Viv Blissed and Blessed. I hope I gave you helpful information. And so now I know some of you will want to leave, but I do want to just say a little bit about my course, Chakra Soul Alchemy. I can't actually pull it up via StreamYard, but there actually is a way where you can see the throat chakra, the entire lesson. So I'm just going to give you my website again, so you can check it out. And it is on sale. The course is on sale for $100 off. Here's my website, In the Flow of Magic. And you go and you'll see in the header, it says courses. I think the price with $100 off is $297. It's a 12-week course. Okay. And it's 8 lessons. Starting, I teach you mindfulness. I give you an intro to mindfulness meditation, which is key. Mindfulness is the type of meditation that science is, been so excited about for the last 10 years. Okay. It's in everything. It's in psychology, psychotherapy. So I start with a chapter on that and give you a mindfulness meditation, talk about why that's important and all of that, how to use the course. Then we go into the root chakra. And it's just a beautifully done course. Several of the people in the chat have taken it and they're coming back. So it's a beautiful course. As I said, I give journaling prompts that you can work with if you're more of a writer and you want to do that introspection. Every chapter, every lesson, every chakra has a really deep guided meditation, longer and deeper than on the channel. I teach you the acupressure points. There are multiple layers of attack. I tell you how to build an altar, but it's all organized for you, so you don't have to like go searching. Hey guys, wait, my food delivery might be coming. Hang on. Hang on. Uh-oh. All right. Well, hopefully, Tanjila, you're tired. Yeah. And you may really need more rest, Tanjila. Um, so often when you feel that overwhelmed, ladies, we want to just be strong. We don't stop. You need to do like relaxation where you literally lay down and hear a guided relaxation. But anyway, back to what else is in the course. So all of that, these potent points, meditations, and the live sessions. A lot of courses, you guys, online courses do not have any live contact. With me, you have 4 live sessions in a small group, and it's just really intimate. I can guide you, I can answer questions, and that is part of the course. So it's currently $297. That's $100 off. And that ends tonight. You can do a self-study. I actually don't recommend doing the self-study. I think having the community and having the lives with me is really important. I really do, because it's just more supportive. So I would love to see you inside the course. It will be open till February 5th. I finally set a date. 5 is my favorite number. So the course will close on the 5th. So you have till then to register. But the bonus is, I think I'm also giving my Intro to Mindfulness course, which is a full separate course on how to meditate. It is a full course on how to meditate. That's a bonus. And I think I'm even adding a bonus of a discount on a reading. So I'm throwing in a lot of stuff if you register by tonight, Sunday. Some of you are going to see this too late. But like I said, the course will still be open and I'll still have some bonuses. The $100 off, as I said, ends tonight. So it's absolutely worth it. If you participate, if you do it, if you don't just buy it, I don't want you to buy my course and have it be shelf help, right? It's just sitting up on your shelf like, oh, that looks pretty. No, so how much time would you have to devote to this healing? I would say 2 hours. If you can devote 2 hours of time, goddesses, and let me go back to the comments. I want to take your final questions or comments. If you can devote 2 hours a week to working through the course, I think that is enough. I would say 2 to 3 hours, obviously not at one time, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that. All right. And you will have a beautiful glow. Your chakras will be sending out nice energy, and you'll really learn a lot. Yeah. Okay. Tanjila says, okay. Yeah, sweetie, do, and make sure. Oh yeah. Go back to the acupressure. Yes. Yeah. Email me. I will try to help you. Okay. So, let's see. Deb. Hi, Deb. Hey, Deb. Hey, are you just coming in or have you been here? Yeah, it's good to see you, goddess. It's good to see you. Yeah, Deb is also a student of mine and diligently going to be putting herself out there. You may see her on the channel. It depends what she's up to. I like to bring folks in. I think that's just really nice. Deb has not started her YouTube channel yet. So Deb, you might not have seen yesterday. I don't remember because it's hard like to be talking, thinking, and remember exactly who was in the chat on which day. But Janae has been on. You probably saw one of the 2 days. And I was telling her she's got to start her YouTube channel. So I think also for you, Deb, I think it'd be a wonderful thing to start a channel. It never hurts. It's never, you have there are people waiting for you to give your services out there, Deb. So I would start a channel. Oh, is that Janae? Janae, you're Empress Exalted now. I feel like, were you always Empress Exalted? I know Empress, but I thought, okay. So Tanjila, yep, she's been studying the acupressure. And I have to tell you, that's what really sets my course apart. Of course, it is unique. But the potent points and the specific way I lead the meditation, because I have worked with the chakras since got certified as a yoga teacher in 1994. Okay, so that's really a long time ago. So, I'm bringing that experience into this course. So I really hope that you will try it, register. There is a 21-day money back guarantee. I think that gets you through like the second lesson. If you show me that you've done the work and you don't feel it's helping you, and you just don't think it's what you expected, then you can get your money back. There's a 21-day money back guarantee on the course. So, okay, Empress Exalted. All right, she changed on all platforms. Nice, nice. A couple of things that I do for those of you who, in terms of starting 2022, if you want to know more about growing on YouTube, starting your own channel, reach out to me through my website. A lot of the ladies you see on here have worked with me, or they've had readings. So there's a lot of different ways I can work with you. And my intention really is to help and support you to manifest your dreams. So I'm going to continue with the chakras, and then I'm going to be sharing a couple of things. So stay tuned. I'm going to be definitely putting out a yoga video, and I have a Kukua African dance playlist, which is what I'll suggest you do to warm up for my yoga. I'm probably going to do maybe a 20-minute, something short. I feel like I should do a short yoga video. So stay tuned for that. For my patrons, who I want to thank, the patrons really support the channel. It just gives me like a base coming in that I know, like, okay, I'm going to keep the channel going. So I want to thank those of you who are patrons. And I'm going to put that's like the lowest cost way to kind of be connected to me and get a little bit of support. What I do there, and I'm going to try it, see the response. So I think a lot of you might like this. I will do a live yoga class over there for my patrons. And it'll either be yoga or meditation, something like that you can participate with me. Okay. And I just voted. Some of the ladies here, they voted on what was the best time. It looks like it's going to be Saturday morning. And I'll just do it. It'll be, it's not going to be fancy lights and Hollywood production. We'll do yoga together. I will lead a class. So become a patron. And let me just put the address for that. Yogini Kala. Is it patreon.com/Yogini Kala? Okay. Yeah, it's patreon.com/Yogini Kala. And you guys remember I stopped using Kala because it was no longer the right energy for me as a name. And there's a whole story with that, with an astrologer, as well as my own intuition. And I didn't say anything about it to her. And she goes, where'd you get that name? Like, why are you using that name? She's like, it's not right for you. And I literally had been hearing, for those of you who know how deep in the woo-woo I go, for like 4 months, I would hear my name, like I would hear my full name. And I was like, yeah. And it was like, don't use Kala anymore. It doesn't fit you vibrationally. And this woman, like looking at my chart in Vedic astrology, which keeps to the way the planets literally are. So it's adjusted, okay, which Western has not. And she's like, yeah, no, the sound is not match you. It's not helpful to you. It relates like in this way. It's just not, your birth name is actually better for you. And I was like, because who out there has a birth name no one can pronounce, right? Because my birth name is Vivian. So people go, oh, hi, Vivian. And I'm like, actually, it's Vivian. Oh, and then they usually say, oh, that's a pretty name. So I get that a lot. Oh, that's a pretty name after they mispronounce it originally. So guys, it's been great to hang out with you. Yeah, Montana, I think you can become a patron. I set it low. I think I set it for $3, okay? And I think I have it where anybody who's a patron can watch. What it is with Patreon, so it's for artists, musicians to have the support of their community to keep doing what they're doing. And so sometimes there's a tier, like the higher tier gets more, obviously, if they're giving 10 or 12. I think I set it, and don't hold me to this, you'd have to read it. I think I am going to allow even the $3 level to have the yoga class. And we have once a month, we have a goddess circle, which is really like a support group. I have a theme. The theme this month was calm. I just shared a little bit about it because January was kind of, I was a little bit tired coming out of December, but then we'll meet, and we typically meet around the time of the full moon, though I might change that to be more towards the end of the month, which is what I wanted. And it's just a small supportive circle, live with me. So that's what you get, and you're supporting the channel. So I'm adding yoga into that. So I hope some of you, oh yeah, see, now I wouldn't know how to say your name. Yeah, Jovel. I would say Jovel. But is it Jovelet? I mean, why do our parents do this? Why? Why? I mean, I didn't want to be Vivian. I don't. That's not it. It's Vivine. I think I've met two other Vivines, and they're all. I'm from Jamaica. The other two also, people have told me, and they're like, "Oh yeah, they were Jamaican." So I think it might just be the pronunciation of the name, and then we're spelling it differently. People want to make me Vivienne. They're like, is it French? I'm like, no. I mean, maybe originally, I don't know, but no, no. So you guys, thank you so much for being here. I will be live 5:55 tomorrow. Five's my favorite number. That's why I chose that weird time. On Instagram, we'll be talking about the throat chakra, which is a very important chakra. Obviously, especially if you are a singer or you want to express yourself in the world, which who doesn't, right? It's a very important chakra. It's overlooked. Everybody's like, root chakra, root chakra. Oh my God, my sacral chakra. The energy needs to move throughout your whole system. Okay. So goddesses, I hope you will join me tomorrow, 5:55. I think I wrap up on Tuesday. So Monday, yeah, I have two more. So I'm going to do the throat, and I'm going to do Ajna and Sahasra together. And that'll be it. But again, check out my course. Yeah, I mean, $3 is doable. I mean, it's cheaper. How much is a Starbucks coffee, people? I don't go to Starbucks coffee. I don't. I'm going to talk about minimalism. I just don't know if my audience will care. Would you care about minimalism? Write mini, if you will. Because I'm a natural minimalist. I really am, but there was no name for it 20 years ago. I mean, it wasn't like a thing like it is now. Okay. Like, I don't have a sofa. There are people on YouTube bragging about not having a sofa. And I'm like, I don't want to have a sofa because they're heavy and you have to move them. And I like a freedom of movement. And I also I have my space open so I can film for you guys, so I can do yoga. So it's my priority. I like my space more open. Well, so am I going to get a minimalist prize because, this is a thing now? Yeah. Okay. One person. D. Yes. Have a great day. Bevlin. Yeah. Just like how to approach it. Just how to approach it. I mean, it doesn't have to be. And this whole thing of minimalism has to be like gray and black and white and neutrals. No. I mean, actually, a girl addressed that. Thank God. Because I'm like, yeah, I can't be minimalist if I like color. Look at what I'm wearing. I mean, this is a lot. But what does it mean your life has to become beige and taupe? I don't think so. So guys, I'm going to have a nice dinner. I'm not sure what I'm making. I think my food delivery is trying to contact me because they're probably out of something. Okay. Mwah. Stay blissed and blessed. I will see you tomorrow, 5:55. Check out my course at intheflowofmagic.com. The sale ends tonight. I'm taking it down. $100 off. So it would be $297. If you want to do certification, that has more requirements to it, and that's on sale, but it's not on sale because it's more in depth. Okay. Bye guys. I will see you tomorrow. Bye Montana. Bye Ameristar. It's hard the print is here. It's a little tricky. Vintage. Bye. Good to see you guys. And Instagram. I'm sorry if you just joined and I'm ending, but I will be back live tomorrow. Oops, did I do that right? There we are. Okay.